It's very serious, sir. Of all the deals you've done in your life with all the people you've sat across from and negotiated with, is President Putin distinct in any way? He's a very smart guy, a very cunning person, but I've dealt with some really bad people. As far as this situation is concerned, you have to understand that, in my opinion, he had no intention of settling this war. I think he wanted the whole thing. When I got elected, we spoke, and I thought we were going to have a deal. I can't guarantee that, a deal is a deal. Lots of crazy things can happen in deals. But I thought we were going to have one. If I hadn't been elected, I believe he would have just continued pushing through Ukraine. Over time, a lot of people would have been killed, and it would have lasted for a long time. Ukraine has great fighters, and I have immense respect for them. But without our equipment, that war would have been over quickly, like many people predicted. Do you remember when I gave the javelins? The javelins were the weapons that took out those tanks right at the beginning of the war. They said Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. Well, I was the one who did that. But I want to see this war come to an end. Will President Putin have to make concessions? Yes, he will. Will we have to make concessions? I think so. I believe that because we got elected, that war will come to an end. I also believe that if this administration hadn't won the election by such a wide margin, the war would have gone on for a long time, and he would have wanted to take the whole thing. What concessions would you like to see? Oh, I don't want to say right now, but I can tell you that NATO is not going to be part of the discussion. I think that's probably the reason the whole thing started, and I think JD, the advisor, can say more about that. Look, as the president said, we're not going to do negotiations in public with the American media. The president will handle that in private with the president of Russia, the president of Ukraine, and other leaders. I think that's the way it has to go. I just want to push back against some of the criticism I've seen from the administration on this. Every single time the president engages in diplomacy, you preemptively accuse him of conceding to Russia. He hasn't conceded anything to anyone. He's simply doing the job of a diplomat, and of course he's the diplomat-in-chief as the President of the United States.